Hi, Tiger Cubs. I am happy that you were practicing at home. I have a fun lesson for you today. Our lesson today is going to primarily work on balance. So we are going to start with a fun warm-up. We are going to do jumping jacks. So for these jumping jacks, we are going to work on different parts of the body. So we're gonna start with our hands on our hips and feet together. And when I count, you're gonna bring your feet out and then back in. Just the bottom half of a jumping jack. It's called a half jack. Are you ready? Hands on hips. And 1, together, 2, together, 3, together, 4, together, 5, together. Good. Now we're going to do just the top half of the jack. And so it's going to look like this. Up and back together. So when I count, you're going to go up. Your feet are going to stay glued together and then back down. And Kelsey's going to come demonstrate this one for me. Kelsey, you're going to be right here. And on my count, you're going to half jack it. 1, together, 2, together, 3, together, 4, together, 5, together, 6. And now we're gonna put them together and your feet are gonna go out when your hands come up. But we're gonna do it just one half. So when I count, you're gonna go out and up, but you're gonna freeze it until I say together. That makes sense?
Kind of.
Okay, get ready. Here, I'll do it behind you so you can see. Get ready. And 1, freeze it up, together. And faster, 2, together, 3, together, 4, together, 5, together. Awesome, and now super fast jumping jacks. Go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and attention stance. Say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome job. There is a game that we can play with this. So all you need is to find something that you can make dot on the floor. So you could use a sticker or a little piece of tape, and you're gonna put it. Kelsey, will you go get one of the red circles? That's what we're gonna use here.
Dots?
Of course, you don't have a red dot at home and you don't need one. You can just put a little piece of tape on the floor, or you can even imagine that there's something on the floor and have one spot. And how you're gonna play the game is you're gonna have mom or dad play some music. Play some music, and you are going to work on going off the dot, on the dot, off the dot, on the dot, off the dot, on the dot. And when the music stops, you're gonna freeze, and you're either gonna be frozen here or you're gonna be frozen here. What we don't wanna see is frozen here with our hands up and our legs in. Remember, when our feet are out, our hands are up. So we'll demonstrate the game. Kelsey, here's how the game works. You're going to go do that jumping jack put together where your feet go off and your hands go up and then they go together until I say stop. Go. Keep your feet and hands going at the same time. It's tricky. And stop. Freeze. Oh, good. See? She's got it just right. So her feet are together and her hands are together. So you can pause this now and you can play that game for a few minutes. And when you're done playing the game, you can unpause it and move on. Or if you don't want to play the game right now and you're just ready to move on with your lesson, you can just keep watching. The next thing we're going to work on is our sitting stance. Kelsey, do you want to describe what a sitting stance is?
A sitting stance is when you have the legs apart and guard up, and you're bending down like this.
Good. So in her sitting stance, notice her feet are out wider than her shoulders. Her knees are very bent and it's kind of uncomfortable. If I leave her here very long, her legs are going to start shaking because she's They maybe fall off, but probably not. And she's keeping her guard up and she's staying nice and low in this sitting stance. I remember the name like you're sitting on a big horse or riding an elephant. That's what sitting stance is. And attention stance.
It's where you're up and your legs are together, your toes are together, your hands are by your side, and you look sharp.
Great. Chumbi.
Your hands are at your belt, and your legs are out.
Awesome. Okay, now it's your turn. And Kelsey's going to do it so you can follow along. I'll call it out. Show me sitting stance. Go into sitting stance, Kelsey. Show them what to do. Hands in guard position. Good. Attention stance. Sitting stance. Chumbi. Sitting stance. Attention stance. Awesome job. High five. Okay, and next we're going to work on high blocks. That is our blocking skill for today. Kelsey's doing a great high block. A high block just comes straight up across our body. We don't want it to touch our head. That's too close. We want it up, away from our body, so that if something were coming down towards your head, it would stop when it gets to your arms. We need a nice, strong arm there.
If it was touching your forehead and it was really hard, it could just hurt you.
Good. So when you do your high block, I want you to switch hands each time that you do the block. The other hand, show me a high block, Kelsey. Good. The other hand is retracted here to where the seam of her pants and her belt meet. Great. So you are going to do high block. And this is going to work your brain and your body at the same time, working on a mind-body connection. You are going to say your ABCs, and every time you say a letter, you are going to switch hands. Get ready. You can do it with Kelsey. Kelsey, we'll say it together. Get ready. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Attention stance. Awesome. Now we're going to work on our balance. So I want you to work on standing on one foot, hands up in guard position. Good, and Kelsey can do this really well because she's been doing this a long time. You might be a little more wobbly, but that's okay. You can practice this all day long if you want. Whenever you are just standing there doing nothing, or if you are watching TV or YouTube, you can stand on one foot and see how long you can balance there. And when you can't balance anymore, go ahead and put that foot down. And let's switch sides. Try it on the other side.
Guard up.
Guard up. Keeping our guard up gets us in a good habit, so we're ready to block if we need to block something. When you start sparring, that's going to be really important. But also, it's a great trick to help us keep our balance.
And when you balance, you can go like that.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be a neat trick also. Awesome job. You can practice that more if you'd like by pushing pause. Otherwise, we've still got one more thing to work on, and that is our listening positions. Will you take a big scoot back for me, Kelsey? Great. That's perfect. Okay. And listening position number 1, everybody. Great. Listening position number 1 is crisscross applesauce, sitting tall, hands on your knees. Awesome job. Now show me listening position number 2. Great. Listening position number 2 is up on one knee, hands on your front knee. Number 3. Great. And number 3 is the same as a parade rest, hands behind our back, and we are ready to listen and ready to learn. Let's practice those one more time. Listening position number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
And 2.
Yes, ma'am.
And 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Good job. If you need more practice with those, you go ahead and practice as many times as you need to. It's great. Remember that when you are listening to your mom or dad or teacher, you are learning. And if you are not listening, it makes it much harder to learn. So when our body is still, it is much easier for our ears to hear what's happening and for our brain to know what we're supposed to do. So make sure to remember our 3 rules of focus. Kelsey, do you remember the 3 rules of focus?
Eyes watching, ears listening, voice quiet, body still.
Awesome! That is one I even didn't know. The one I know is focus your eyes, focus your mind, focus your body. Give mom or dad a high five. You can watch this video again to get more exercise. Those ABC high blocks would be a great thing to practice several times
And
through.
You could also balance, and then you could do this, and then switch, and switch, and then switch, and they might think you keep on switching, and then when they don't know it, you can kick.
That is a good challenge for him, Kelsey. Okay, we will see you again tomorrow.